For the past couple weeks, I've talked about states choosing sides, though now the game is set and opening moves are being taken. On the 24th, the Union will occupy Alexandria, Virginia. Alexandria actually used to be part of the District of Columbia, but due to problems of voter disenfranchisement, but primarily slavery, it was returned to Virginia in 1846. What's most famous about the Union taking Alexandria is the Marshall House Inn, where you see one James W. Jackson, who worked at the inn, decided to hoist the Confederate flag so that those in D.C. could see it. Some claim that even Lincoln could see it. But whether he saw it or not, Lincoln obviously wanted the flag taken down. So, he sent out the 11th New York, also known as the Fire Zouave Regiment. They got this nickname because many worked at the fire department before they enlisted. They went to the other side of the Potomac and were prepared to take that dang flag down. Leading them was one Colonel Ellsworth, who, with a few men, walked up to the inn, went to the top where the flag was hanging down, took out a knife, cut down the flag, which was hanging from a pole, on top of the roof. After folding it, he descended back into the inn. The Jackson, who had earlier hoisted the flag up, was waiting there, and with a double-barreled pistol shot Colonel Ellsworth. With his second shot, he aimed at one Private Brownwell, but missed. Jumping into action, Brownwell shot Jackson in the face, killing him instantly. He then proceeded to bayonet Jackson and sent his carcass careening down the stairs. For his action, Brownwell will get a Medal of Honor, but at this time, Medal of Honors are given out like free candy. Colonel Ellsworth, though, will be the first Union officer to die. For this, he will become a martyr for the Union, with his funeral being attended by thousands. Jackson is also martyred. He is memorialized by a plaque being placed at the inn. It actually does call him the first martyr for Southern independence. Going forward, to take Ellsworth's place, a Lieutenant Colonel Farnham would take active leadership of the Fire Zouaves. Also on the 24th, a controversial Union general will decide that slaves who run into the North will be treated as contraband. This general's name is Benjamin Butler. We will be seeing him in the many weeks to follow. On the 27th, another famous face will show up, Irvin McDowell. He is given command of the Department of Northeastern Virginia. McDowell, like many commanders in this war, is a West Point graduate. He has served in numerous roles, including teaching at West Point Tactics. For some, his appointment is a no-brainer. He has field experience from the past, he has worked with numerous people, and has shown himself to be a skilled leader. But to others, this is a quid pro quo. He has a strong friendship with the Treasury Secretary Chase, and many see that his friendship with him is the main reason for his command. For a familiar face returning, on the 28th, Robert Anderson, the commander of Fort Sumter, is given control of the Department of Kentucky. Currently, Kentucky is neutral, and he is dealing with a very fragile situation, though he does come from a semi-important Kentuckian family, so he does have that going for him. Also on the 28th, the Confederates seized the B&O Railroad. This is the same railroad that Jackson had raided just last week, though they only seized the part of the road from Point of Rocks, Maryland to the Cumberland, so it's not that big of a deal right now. From the 30th to the 31st, a convention is held in Knoxville, Tennessee. Despite Tennessee having voted to leave the Union, many people from East Tennessee are Unionists, so they meet with 469 delegates attending and vote to appoint people to positions. Torr Nelson will be president, James Spears will be his vice president. Nelson will then go on to appoint a general committee, who will be finished on the 31st. That will report it then. But just a reminder, these people are Unionists, not abolitionists. In the Potomac, a battle rages from the 29th to the 1st of June. At Aquia Creek, gunboats will bombard Confederate positions. First, on the 29th, James W. Hard with the steamboat USS Thomas Freeborn will fire repeatedly at Confederate positions, doing very little damage and wounding one man. The next day, the Thomas Freeborn returns with the USS Anacostia and the USS Resolute. They will bombard the Confederate positions and once again do very little. I'll cover the rest of the battle next week. And that's where the week ends, with two ongoing events. A first for the Civil War. At the beginning of this episode, I alluded to things ramping up from the very small actions of the past month. This is pretty much false advertisement. This week I reported 2 deaths and 1 wounding. But how long can these sides dance around each other taking small jabs? The Union needs to bring back the Confederacy for a victory. The Confederacy needs to stop the blockade in order to survive. These small skirmishes can't do either. So in the end, one side must take a drastic step.